everyone. Good morning, good morning. I didn't go my swimming today. I've had a sore stomach. Is it by any chance sympathy pains for Amanda? I don't know. But I've had a sore stomach today, so I didn't bother going my swimming. And anyway, it was snowing. Let me show you out the window briefly. You can see a bit of snow. There's a wee bit of snow there. It was a pure blizzard earlier on though. I was sitting thoroughly enjoying it. Listen, I'm going to hell. When I tell you a story, I'm going to hell. When I tell you a story, you'll understand. The duck of doom. There's a duck. Wait to tell you this. I couldn't breathe yesterday for laughing. Couldn't breathe. I ended up with a migraine headache. I was laughing so much. How are you anyway, Pip? Thank you for coming in. I'll tell you this story. Oh my God. Me and Sophie sat here and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. And it's not a funny story. Well, it is funny, but it could have been a serious story. Are we fuzzy? Hold on a minute. Fix. Is that better? Is it my glasses that are fuzzy? Oh God almighty. Pip, I could not move for laughing. I'm going to hell. That's where I'm going for laughing at this. It's not a laughing matter, people will say. Golfer girl, good morning. Still no Baba golfer girl. And I've got pains in my stomach, so I'm starting to think, oh, is it sympathy pains? Please excuse me here. Sympathy pains. Oh well, there, one of my moderators can fix that. Anyway, let's talk about this duck. Right, I might put, oh my God, listen, we're going to hell, we're going to hell. So anyway, yesterday we were sitting here and I says to her, Mum, because we love border control, that's one of our favourite things, right, is border control. We love watching that. We love watching all the food and stuff that's in people's suitcases, right? And me and Sophie like to watch people and I'm thinking, oh, you can tell he's got drugs on him there, he's a dodgy looking character. We're good at sniffing out these folk anyway. Before the Australian border control came on yesterday, there was the Irish border control. Now, I've spoke about this one before. This is the one that's got the guy called Bruce Almighty, right? And he's like, you've got 20 cigarettes more. That's very, very serious now, that's serious. And then he stopped somebody for having too much suntan lotion. What are you doing with all this sun? You know, he loves his job, the guy. Right, he loves his job. But he's busting folk for like 20 cigarettes, and over in Australia they're busting people for all this narcotics. Anyway, I says, okay, it's the last 10 minutes. I says, well, watch this. So there's a helicopter golfer girl and there's a guy narrating and he's like, now they're going to go and save a swimmer who has come into difficulty in the Irish Sea. This swimmer's been swimming, right? So you see the helicopter over, and me and Sophie are looking, and you can see the yellow, and I'm like, man, he must have a life jacket on. That's good he had his life jacket on because he was really far out, right? He was right far out. He was out where the whales and the fishes are, right? He was out that far. And the closer they got to this guy, he was an older gentleman, right, probably about my dad's age, right, an older guy, stuck in one of the inflatable ducks. I swear, stuck in an inflatable duck all the way out there. So at first I thought it was a seahorse. I was like, that's a bloody seahorse. It's got a face. It's a seahorse. The guy's in a seahorse. And so I went, it's a duck. I went, oh God, I says, it's a bloody duck. He's in a duck. so many questions. So they start hoisting him up into the helicopter, duck and all. He still had his duck, and the thing's face was pecking like that. See, he was getting pulled up. The face was pecking like that, and I couldn't move for laughing. I'm going, oh my God. I says, can you imagine going through your head, this is how I'm going to die? Out in the sea with this duck. Right? So they brought him into the helicopter anyway. I mean, he survived. That's how I'm telling. If he would have kicked it, I wouldn't be telling the story. Right, so he was okay, the guy. But the duck was still there. The duck was still there in the helicopter. So then me and Sophie had the discussion, how did he get out that far? How did he get out that far with that? You think he would just jump off when he got a certain distance and swim in? Do you know what I mean? Swim in. And then Sophie says, maybe he couldn't swim. No, and I'm saying, who would be going out into the sea with a big rubber duck floaty thing that can't swim? She says, maybe his family were standing on the beach going, Grandad, Grandad, like that, as he was getting washed out, like that. I says, imagine you get washed out that far that dolphins were nosing the duck. Do you know what I mean? And the guy's clinging on for dear life onto this bloody Listen, I've been I can't hear, this is it, I'm going to hell. I cannot get the vision of that bloody duck getting hoisted up into. And do you know some of the rescuers were really professional? Not one of them mentioned the duck. Not one of them mentioned the duck. Now, everybody watching the show would have been thinking about the duck. The duck, look at the duck. It's this way, it was pecking like that as they were lynching him up into the helicopter. Not to even mention the duck. It was as if it was just a normal everyday thing. This duck. Pip, his face was fuzzed out. His face was fuzzed out. I said, you would need, yeah. I said, you would get absolutely ripped apart with your pals. So you would, oh, I nearly got, I had the Coast Guards out, on a duck, an inflatable duck. Listen, honest to God, I can't get the vision out of my head with this bloody duck. Because, I was like, oh, he's a sensible guy. At least he's got a life jacket on. He's got a life jacket on because you could see the yellow. And then I seen her face and I thought, it's a seahorse. And she went, it's no, it's a duck. And as I say, the guy's a kind of elderly gentleman. An elderly gentleman out there. Oh my God, I've no laughed like that for an awful long time. Imagine he was in the news. Me and Sophie Googled it because I was like, we need to find out more about this. This needs some more background info. We need background information. Why was the guy out so far? How fast did it take? He was out in the water for over an hour. Over an hour. But see, by the time that the helicopter, I'm telling you, it was out where Moby Dick is. That's how far out he was with Moby Dick and the dolphins and stuff like that. Now, can you imagine, right? I don't even know if he was sitting in the dock or if his legs were through the dock, right? But either way, there's a part of them that's going to be in the water, right? Can you imagine, like, fishes, like, going by, you'd be thinking, doo-doo, doo-doo, we're going to need a bigger duck. We're going to need a bigger duck. I know, the Irish, but it must have been bloody, no, the guy was lucky, really. The guy was lucky to survive. But the thing, nobody even mentioned it. We were like, nobody's even going to say, well, the ducky saved your life there, eh, pal? I would have done that. Just as well your friend there, just as well your friend saved your life there, you wee duck. Sky, good morning, Sky. Oh, I know, Sky, and I'm just doing like this as well. Like this, without doing my hair or nothing, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, I've woke up with a sore belly this morning. It's either the chicken I had yesterday or it's sympathy pains for Amanda. But I thought, I'm not going to my swimming in case it was a dodgy belly, do you know what I mean? And maybe I had to run to the toilet. I wouldn't want anybody else going up the swimming if they felt like this. That's how I stay away. In case it's a wee bug, I wouldn't take it in to infect other people. Remember somebody had an accident in the pool? Remember that? That was a couple of years ago. I was like, who has an accident in the pool? Fair enough if it was a child, but an adult having a number two, I'm talking about, was floating around in the pool. What the hell? You would feel like, I think I'd be able to get out the pool in time. Anyway, that's how I'm not there this morning with my belly sore. Yeah, Pip went to the rescue. I wish I could find this bloody thing for you. We laughed and laughed and laughed, and wee Mandy's not feeling the best today either. And I was thinking, God, I wish I could send her this. I wish I could say, and no wonder the guy had his face off, was he? An inflatable duck. I'm telling you, the guy was out miles ago. How the hell did he manage to get out that far? This is the question. Could he swim? Could he no swim? I'd have swam. I would have been swimming. Yeah, but see, kids, you expect maybe kids to do that, right? But this was a grown adult that had an accident and some in the pool. I was like, oh, for God, really? It must have sneaked out or something like that. But anyway, I'm not. I've got a sore belly this morning, so I wasn't even going to try it. I know. We were laughing at our man. Our man went out to work this morning and went, I wish they would hurry up with this because this is really annoying me or something like that. And Amanda was like, annoying you? Amanda's like that. I would leave the boy alone. He's went through a lot. These 9 months he's been through an awful lot. Amanda's sitting there like that. But yes, he's going to be a big boy, big grandson. This. I was like, where's Granny's boy? And Sophie went, none of that is Auntie's boy. It's Auntie Sophie. I says, he's everybody's boy. And then on Celtic Matches Day, he's going to be a boy. That's how you spell it when it's Celtic playing. Sky, I think I should have watched the thing with the duck. That would have put you into labour right away. The Duck of Doom, that's what it was. I sent it, see, if you're on my Facebook, you'll see it. I gave Sophie a wee picture and it was a dog and one of the ducks. How the hell did it? I can't get out of that. I can't get out of that. Pip, I know, what a shame for your partner, Pip, all this time. What a shame for your partner all this time. So we were laughing our heads off this morning, going, oh, what a shame for him, eh? What a shame. He's been through a lot, hasn't he? Amanda's sitting there like that. Oh, I keep saying to her soon, and I'm like, oh God, she's going to hate me saying that all the time. But it is going to be soon. It's going to be soon for both of you. It's just the days seem very, very long when you're constantly waiting and something happening. Yeah, how have you been, Pip? How's the cough and that? Is that okay now? Is everything okay that way? Oh God, I wish to God I could have got that, but it was the Irish border control. It's hilarious. If it's no that Bruce Almighty guy that loves his job, and by God, if you've got 20 cigarettes more than what you should have, it's a huge big. It's like as if you've got a couple of bags of other narcotics shoved up your bottom. That's the way he treats it. 20 cigarettes. This is serious. Very serious. You ticked this box here, and you should have ticked that box. It's dead funny. And he's a bit nosy, right? He's like, so do you work, right? And somebody goes, I work. Would you work as? And then he say, how much do you get paid at your work? I was thinking that'd be like none of your business. But just search the bag, would you? None of your beeswax, Mr. Bruce. Yes, Pip. Hopefully everything's going to be working out all right. Tomorrow we've got antenatal. I'm taking her to antenatal tomorrow. She only can take one person in, so she'll be taking her man in. So they're under strict orders to say to them, enough's enough now. Right, we've went over 41 weeks now. Enough's enough. You need to get the baby out because the placenta starts rotting about 42 weeks. So the baby needs to come out now. Baby needs to happen. Me and Sophie, we sit and talk about them. We can't wait. All the things we're going to do. And do you know it's going to be a ritual? I'm going to get pantomime tickets, see when he's a wee bit older, and I'm going to take Sophie, Amanda, and the wee fella to the pantomime every Christmas. Because I think Peter wants to retire from that duty. Because I love my pantomimes, as you know. But it'll be even more magical having the wee fella there, because it's, pantomimes are great. I've been watching the curling this morning. The British guys won, but the British girls lost in the curling. But it's just day one, so I've been watching that as well. See, the good thing, Pip, is he'll be chunky. Do you know what I mean? And babies, when they're born, they do lose a wee bit of weight at first. That's natural. So if he's got an extra bit of chunk on him, that'll be fine. So, see, on Saturday, I'm doing an extra long makeup role play because I'm going to do your hair for you as well. I'm going to give you a little haircut and stuff like that on Saturday for Valentine's Day. So you're going to get your hair and your makeup done on Saturday. That's what I'm doing. And of course, I've got new stuff. I've got new stuff to show you. Sky, you know. God, mind that the ladies used to have the big long cigarette holders. What was that about? Why did it do? Was it just for show, or did it do something to the cigarette? I really don't know. Huge big long things like that. Remember? Remember it was that. See every old movie I watch, I'm like, oh my God, look at them all smoke. Right, see the birds. I was watching the birds not that long ago, and that lassie's always just got one lit up every scene. Not only that, she's playing the piano in a scene, and there's a child right there, and they're smoking and it's all wafting up on the child. This was back in the day. This was back in, but surprising any is are still alive. Uh, yeah, Pip. Never thought of that. Maybe that's what it is to stop the smell of the nicotine. Yeah. I remember that's how I used to get caught because my mum would go, "Let me smell your hands," and I'd been smoking, and they were non-smokers, so they could smell a cigarette a mile off. I thought it was smart. You see, I thought it was smart being able to hide stuff from my mum and dad. Mind the time I dogged school. Yeah. Uh, I dogged school and I went home and they said to me, "How was school?" I went, "It was good. It was okay the day. It was okay. What did you do?" I was like, "Well," I said, "with maths and then with PE and stuff like that." And my mum went, "You're a little liar because I seen you. I seen you smoking at the bus stop with your friend when I was on one of the buses." That was me grounded. Again. Grounded again. Hmm. School wasn't for me, but a lot. Stick in at school. If you're at school, stick in. I just lost too much time and nobody could be bothered with me, and that was all right because I couldn't be bothered with them either. I know. I know. I was the same. I was coming home boozed at my face with Monk's wine, Sky. That's all we have to do in Glasgow. That's all we had to do. Probably the whole of the UK, Pippi. That's all the youngsters had back then. Breaking the law, that's what we were doing. We were little rebels back in the day. That was the 80s and 90s. Ah. I know, we were scandalous, we were scandalous. I was the same though, I mean, I can't talk. I just tell people what not to do. Don't do as I do as I say. That's a saying, isn't it? Don't do as I do as I say. Oh, that sounds a bit like you better be doing it. That sounds a bit nasty, that. No. No, I'm just here just to tell you about my bad things that I done. I done a lot of bad stuff. Sneaking into pubs and things. I mean, there was a time, mind the illegal cigarette in the pub, we got threw out. We got threw out the pub. Oh, happy times, eh? Happy times. Pip, I think golfer girls want to know how long. Oh, right, you seen it. Isolate. Another week. Hopefully everything's going to work out, Pip. Um, I'm hoping I'm going to be all right for it. See this, as I'm sitting here, I'm still getting the pains in my belly. Still getting the pains in my belly. Oh, Angela, thank you so much. Yes, please give me a wee thumbs up if he's like me. That is. See if you don't, you can give me a thumbs down. See her and her duck story. I'd love to watch that again. Oh, I'll be watching. I'll need to put it on the telly and see if I can get that and repeat. That was hilarious. Poor guy though. He must have thought to himself, this is the way I'm going out. This is the way I'm going out. In the middle of the ocean on a rubber duck. Listen, everybody would know how you died though. That would be why the guy with the duck. Aye, I know him. It'd have been all over the newspapers. In fairness, it must have been scary. The guy out there it was a good hour anyway. Ooh, Sky. See, we used to. It was like a fashion statement. It was like the box, but you'd had to have a love bite. We call them a nookie badge. That's what we call them up here, a nookie badge, right? So, um, the love bite, it'd be a cool thing if you had a love bite on your neck. Do you know what I mean? And see if your mum said, "Is that a love bite on your neck?" You'd say, "No, somebody gave me a twister." A twister's when somebody grabs your skin and twists it, right? So that's what we used to say. We used to go in and go, "Nah, it's a twister." No, mum knew they'd give me a twister in the neck. I remember giving my ex-husband an L on his neck in love bites. His mum and dad went crazy at me. But I was going out with him till I was 12. Do you know what I mean? So that's the stuff we were doing. I was being artistic, and gave him an L. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm a bad lassie. There's all my wee birdies getting their breakfast. Where's the snow went to? I'm going to put on some cream. I got 3 wee gifts. I've bought, wait till you see it on Saturday. I've bought the new limited edition Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It's so pretty. It's got butterflies all over it. Oh, it's so beautiful. And that's my favourite mascara anyway. So I bought that, and I bought new lipstick. So I get wee gifts. I get this. This is called Hangover Pillow Cream. But do you know what? I'm going to just plaster it on my face now. But there's still time. I could come in with a love bite. So I get this, and I get a wee primer thing, and I got a makeup bag that I've put on my wee shelf in my room. But it's a nice wee pot, so I'm going to do this now. Listen, see if Aquaman wants to come and or Officer Bob wants to come and give me a love bite, I wouldn't be saying no. I'd say batter in. Knock yourself out, I would say. There we go. It smells really nice, this. Do you know it smells like peach? It smells like one of my palettes. So I'm just going to put this on. I know it says it's for night time, but look, how does the cream know that? Do you know what I mean? How does the cream know it's night time, so therefore now will work, but if you put it on in the day, it's not going to work? Do you know what I mean? How does the cream know it's for night time only? So there you are. Nighttime cream on during the day. Pillow cream. It smells nice, but I bet you it's expensive. We love your skin even when you don't. Oh, how do you know? That's what it says here. We love your skin even when you don't. How does it look? So many questions here. I love Too Faced stuff though. I know. I remember us my mum and dad, right? My mum and Celia, my beautiful Celia. You ready for your birthday song? It's Celia's birthday today, everyone. I'll take a wee drink just to wet my whistle. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Celia. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, beautiful Celia. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And you definitely do not look your age, my goodness. Honestly, I would have said early 30s. Early 30s, I'd have swore blind. Lovely Celia's birthday. Yeah, your face. Look, see, this is it. Nighttime cream. How does your face know it's a nighttime cream and a cream? How does it know? It's going to work whenever you put it on, so just put it on. Just put it on. It feels nice on. It feels nice. Michelle, good morning to you, Michelle. Oh, Celia, I'll need to tell you the story about the duck, obviously. Listen, I've been laughing my head off since yesterday. Maybe that's how my belly's so sore. It's not, but it's my stomach that's sore. I laughed and laughed and laughed. Oh, lemon curd cake. I love lemon curd. We were watching Border Control thing, right? And a narrator comes on dead serious and he says, we're going out in a helicopter here. There's a swimmer who got into some trouble out in the ocean and we need to go and save him, right? So they're out far. I mean, they're out with the whales and all that, as I was saying, dolphins and stuff. The guy's out there. So they start zooming in on the guy, and all you see is like a guy, and you see like yellow round him. And I was like, all right. I says, at least he's got a life jacket on. The closer we got, we seen it had a face. I went, is that a bloody seahorse the guy's on? And Sophie said to me, no, Mum, it's a rubber duck. It was a rubber duck. The guy was about my dad's age, right? In this rubber duck, stranded out in the ocean. There was so many questions. So they get the hoist thing done, right? And they get the guy and they start pulling him up to the helicopter. He's still in the rubber duck. The rubber duck's head's bopping about like this all over the place. I was dying. But that point, I was absolutely dying. Well, be laughing so much. I'm thinking to myself, the guys thought to himself, this is how I'm going to die. I'm going to die out here in the middle of the ocean, stranded on a rubber duck. Right? See, when they get in the helicopter, right? Me and Sophie are dying here. We're laughing our heads off. Nobody even mentioned the duck. Nobody mentioned the duck or anything like that. The duck was never mentioned at all. And I'm going, no, I know. They're all laughing inside, but they're being very, very professional, and they're not even mentioning the fact he's got this big duck in him. It was the most. And then we were saying, do you think he was getting drifted out into sea, and his family were standing on the beach going, Grandad, Grandad, like that? Do you think that's what went down? Somebody phoned the Coast Guard, so somebody's seen him drifting out. And we were like, you think I could jump half the thing and swim? And that's what I would do. But I swim every day. I'm quite a strong swimmer. But, oh, God. It was the most hilarious thing. Because the guy was okay, right? But, is it a seahorse that man's on? Nobody said it right, but the guy's face was all blurred out. He must have been like that to them. Don't you dare put my face on that camera. Can you imagine him telling his mates? I nearly got washed out to sea. A duck. Rubber duck. Yellow. Oh, so many questions. In fact, we googled it. We were like, we need to find out more about this situation. This is they can't just leave us like that. We couldn't find it anywhere. Man drifts out in the Irish Sea. We were googling everything. This poor guy. I says, can you imagine he was away out there into the sea, and dolphins thought he was playing, and the dolphins were coming along and nosing the duck, and that's the guy's lifeline. The duck's the guy's lifeline. Can you imagine? Oh my God, beats it. Dolphins nosing the hell out of it. Oh, whales coming along, and then of course this starts. Doo-doot, doo-doot. You need a bigger duck. You need a bigger duck. Like that. Imagine, I'd be thinking, of course this is how I'm going to die. Out in the ocean on a rubber duck. Perfect way for me to leave. I was dying. Yes, Sky, I get pimples on my bottom, and there's nothing I can do about them. I mean, remember when I was dating not that long ago, I had the thing like wonder if I should put foundation on it. And then I thought that would look as if I had an accident in my drawers. Do you know what I mean? So I've just embraced the pimples on the bottom. My bottom comes with spots. Michelle is 9:40 and I'm in Scotland. I'm in Scotland. Yeah, you get spots on your bra. I think it's because you sit on it a lot and you do stuff. I did, Catherine, I know. And good morning. See, when I seen it, and the whole thing was its face. See, so it was the duck's face that was cracking me up. Because he's getting hoisted out and the thing's like rubbernecking it like that. The thing's like pecking. And I'm going, oh my God, look at the duck, look at the duck. And then see, when you see, the next time you seen the duck had been stabbed or something like that, because it was all inflated like that. It was in the helicopter like that, all inflated. We were nuts. We were like, oh my God, is this happening? Did that happen? Was it his family? Oh my God, my dad's floating out into the sea with a duck. I would be, if that was my dad, I'd be jumping in to save him. You're getting a bit far out there, Dad. Bring the duck in, bring the duck in. Sophie says, maybe couldn't he swim? And I'm like, do you think there's people actually that do that in the sea? Maybe have the duck on a swimming pool or something like that, but in the sea where there's tides and stuff like that. Swipe out. And seeing it, and it was a good, as I said, it was a good bit. It was a good bit. Oh. Arkansas, oh my goodness, Michelle, USA is my most favourite place in the world. Sky, I'm coming out in pimples all over the place. You think at my age it would all stop, but no, it won't stop. So, I mean, look, we all get spots and stuff like that. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Oh, so that was me yesterday. So, as I say, my belly's sore, but it's not like muscles. It's like my actual belly. I don't know if maybe it was dodgy chicken I had yesterday. I made chicken for my dinner. I was thoroughly cooked though, but I don't know if it tasted nice. Maybe it's nothing to do with that at all. Maybe it is sympathy pains for Amanda. Maybe that's what it is. Amanda, would you get? I'm getting a sore belly hen now. Come on. Yes, Guy, free the spots. Because as I said, you know, I was having I had a gentleman friend, and of course he's going to see the bottom, and it did have spots on it, but I just had to embrace it. Anyway, guys, don't look at the spots; they're looking elsewhere. Oh, Catherine, it was the most funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. But I'm glad the guy was okay. But there were so many underlying questions that I had to. I wish they could have interviewed the guy, but he must have been so embarrassed. That's how his face was all fuzzed out. And the professionalism of the team that rescued him didn't even mention the duck. It's actually for my stomach. It doesn't feel like the muscles feel laughing. It actually feels like inside my stomach that's feeling a bit dodgy. That's how I thought I better not go to my swimming. Imagine going to the swimming and you had to run to the toilet or something like that. I wouldn't do that to my friends and people up the swimming. I do think of others. Some people don't. Some people have a poo in the pool. That's what some people do. Oh. Mind the time that we had went up and their filters hadn't been working or something in the pool. And I'm swimming away, and the guy that swims next to me every morning brings up this thing like that, and it looked like a rat. I swear to God, it looked like a rat. It was like a hairball or something like that. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, what's that? And he went, oh, I don't know. And he put it up, and I was going, oh, it was giving me the boat first thing in the morning. I was like, because I hate even one hair in my bath. See if I find a hair in my bath and stuff like that. This was a whole rat full. Like, I was like, oh my God. So I started swimming, things were hitting me in the face. And I went, what was that, right? So I stopped my swimming it and picked it up. It was, see, the protective thing that you put in the gussets of swimming costumes. One of them, somebody's gusset stickers whacked me in the face. I was like, oh, for sake, a gusset sticker slapped me. I'm saying to the guy, it was a gusset sticker in the face, slapped me nearly in my eye, nearly took my eye out. So I picked that up, and the more we were swimming, the more we were finding stuff. I found somebody's earbuds floating, and that was enough for me. I came out after that. I came out. I thought, no, I can't do it. Wait to see this wee baby, right? Wait to see this. Look, that's for my attention. That's for my attention. See, when she wants me to clap her, she'll kick me with her back paws. So she will. To get a belly rub, look at that. Near now. It's a mummy's baby, that's what it is. It's a mummy's baby. Yes. Yes, it is. Near. Oh, it's a hard life. Just my wee baby. Michelle, see, some of the boils I get on my bum are really painful to you. Do you know what I mean? They're like sore boils. We all get them, but you know, you wouldn't see them in supermodels or anything like that, because their pictures are all airbrushed and stuff. We're actually people. People have stuff like this going on. It's just one of the things. I mean, I could have covered up mine this morning, but I thought, no, let's just embrace the spots. Yeah, I'm 50 and I still get spots. This would be the day makeup revolution. We're going, let's have a look at her. Oof. Incidentally, I have more stuff coming for makeup revolution. I've got a problem. I need to talk to a therapist about it. She said to me that she had a wee look at my channel. She went, I seen that you like makeup and all that, and I was thinking, I says, I don't even know how many palettes I've got now. Remember I done a palette count a couple of years ago and I had like 120. Here's my baby. See my wee baby, look. She's her mummy's baby girl. Yeah, she loves this one. She loves love. And she know how she sits up like that, like a wee meerkat? We've now got a point system for her. Right, so see if she sits absolutely beautiful, with her wee leggies same distance apart, paws at the front like this, ears pinned back, eyes bulging. That's a 10 out of 10. Right, see if she's sitting half-assed, one leg's over there, one's like this when she's doing it, doing the rearing. She loses points. Stuff. So it's like the Olympics, dog rearing. So we've got a point system going now. Sometimes I'll send Sophie a picture and go, that's only a 3. See if she goes out to the garden, she's got a dirty belly, for instance, right? And she comes in and she sits up like that. She's going to get points deducted for the dirty belly. You see, so we're crazy. Look at us. We're absolutely crazy up here. It's winter. I think we've got cabin fever or something. We're all going mental. And before him says you shouldn't use that word. Look, I'm going to a therapist. I think I classify as mental, so, you know, call a spade a spade. Michelle, I'm sorry about that. It's so uncomfortable for you, but never been back. As I say, I'm cut. My whole body's been cut from side to side when I get the boobs off. Basically, I was hanging on with a thread when they cut me open. You know what I mean? I've got super scars. Yeah, Catherine, that's what they've got. Listen, see, even Kate Middleton, when she left the hospital after giving birth to one of the kids, she'd her hairstylist and makeup artist in before she left the hospital. Christ, yeah. See me coming out of the hospital after having my kids. You're lucky that I took my pyjamas off. Lucky that the pyjamas were off me, because see, as soon as I came here, the pyjamas were back on. See, that's where I wouldn't like to be like that famous and stuff like that. You had to be perfect every single day. I think people should be just leave them alone. Let them wear their jeans and stuff like that. Yeah, they've got nannies and things like that. Oh, I can't be bothered with the child and I get the nanny to go in. We've not got that. We've got to look after our own kids. But see, we look after our own kids, and that's what gives us such a good bond with our kids, I think. Because you spend so much time and you look after them, and you're there with them thick and thin, you know, their whole life. And it gives you a special kind of bond. Well, pregnancy here, my poor daughter Amanda, she's just about gone and she's in a lot of pain now. She can feel like cracking underneath her rib cage and stuff like that, as if it's the cartilage in her ribs and stuff. They need to get the child out, for goodness. We're all waiting. I've now got soap powder for the wee fella. I've got sensitive soap powder and sensitive fabric conditioner. That I said to Peter, do not use that. That's for the grandson only. That's for his stuff. I've got the changing mat, I've got the shuttle, I've got a cot. Amanda's got everything down the road that she needs. We've just no child yet. There's just no child. Yeah, I know. And leaking and stuff like that. Pip, that's what I thought, because when it was Kate, when she came out of hospital, she was on like a blue dress, but it was like a light blue dress, and I was like, I mean, she's risking it because, see, once you've had the baby, everybody knows you bleed quite a lot. So, I mean, she'd be the same. And she was getting forced out to stand in front of the press kind of thing, you know, with a white kind of dress on. The whole time in the back of my mind would be like, oh God, please don't make me be leaking. Today would be a good day to be born, the 10th. And Amanda's birthday's on a 10, so today would be a lovely birthday. Right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to watch my Olympic Games. Hopefully the snow picks up again, because I was enjoying that. I know, where is this Baba? We just need the Baba. Do you know what? I might watch Border Control again and see if I can find that episode. It was the most, see if he's find it, he'll know the one. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, you would need to wear an adult nappy, especially if you were wearing light colours. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and chatting to me this morning. I'll be back tomorrow. Friday tomorrow. Friday. So we'll have the Friday feeling, I'm sure. And I want you to all have a lovely day. Celia, have a fantastic birthday. And I'll be back and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Mwah.